As a pianist, there are always going to be things that we have to work on. So today I want to talk about 5 techniques that beginners should always work on, coming up. Hello, my name is Rod Vester, and today I'm going to give you 5 techniques that beginners should work on. So let's get straight to the keyboard and get started. So the first technique that beginners should work on is pedaling. Sometimes you can overuse the pedal and it will sound like this. Right? You hear how all the notes are jumbled together versus this. Right? So you want to make sure that you're pedaling enough that it's not sustaining the notes so much that the chords are blending together, okay? Also, the same thing with any type of scalar material that you may use. Listen to this. You hear how all the notes are blending together versus this? Sometimes you may want to have that type of wash of sound. You know, that may be a technique or some type of expression that you're trying to do. And if so, then that's okay. But most often you're not trying to do that. And so you want to make sure that you are, pedaling at the right time. So that's the first thing we want to work on. And the second thing that you want to work on, a technique that beginners should continue to work on, is scales. Major, minor. Right? And you can make those interesting. We've done videos on that before, so go back and check out those videos on how to make, your scales more interesting. But also you want to work on arpeggios. Okay, and once you learn those, you can make them faster, and of course, learn these in all keys. Okay, and learn your scales, major and minor, in all keys as well. Then the third technique beginners should work on is the idea of learning extended chords. So let's stay in the key of C major just to keep things simple. So if we want to play like a C7 chord, that's going to be these notes: C, E, G, B flat. That's a C7 chord. If we wanted to play a major 7th chord, it's going to be C, E, G, B. So let's stay with the C major 7th chord. If we wanted to play a C major 7th with a 9, is this. Right? You can also change the inversion. You can put it here. And you can grab these 2 notes with your thumb. A C major 7th with a 9. Okay, let's move on. If we wanted to play a C 11th chord, still with the major 7th, 11th, then what do? We know this is 9, 10, 11. So we have this chord. Or it can be a C 11th chord, not a major, not with the major 7th, but the C7 with 11. Now, if we wanted to make it a 13th chord, a C13, then we know this is 11. Let's count up 2, 12, 13. So we have all these notes. Right? So knowing that there's a range of chords that you could begin to create gives you more chords and voicings and notes to use, right? And so that can be really, really helpful. And I would encourage you to look into extended chords. I think there's many that you can learn, and you can learn all these in every key, which is going to give you just more things to work with as a musician and as a pianist. Okay, so here's tip number 4. As a beginner, any type of book that you're working through probably has finger markings in it. It's very important that you pay attention to the fingering that's recommended in any book that you're working in, because that's going to help you greatly. The fifth and final technique we want to do is to just explore. So it could be exploring with the extended chords or just the basic triads that you know, like, let's take just a D minor triad. Right? What other ways can you spell this chord or voice this chord? Right? The different inversions of the chord. What notes, bass notes, can you add with this chord? We know we can add this D bass note, right? What about C? That works. What about B? Yeah, that could work. What about B flat? What about A? Yes, because that's a part of the chord. What about A flat? Maybe in some situation if you're trying to create some type of real dissonance. What about G? Yeah, that works. What about G flat? Again, if you're trying to create some type of dissonance, but it creates a minor second. Right? Scary movie. Let's keep going. F, yes, we know that's part of it. What about E? Again, if you're trying to create a certain type of dissonant sound, same thing with this, right? But just take chords and experiment with bass notes. Just to see what could work. So, let's take an F major chord. Again, that may not work. Right, so you're just trying to see what triad and what bass notes can work with certain triads. And that can be for minor as well. So just experiment. Also explore bitonality. So if I play this F minor chord, is there another chord that fits with that? F minor and G minor. No, maybe not. Again, it depends on what type of music you're doing and what type of dissonance and all of that. What about F minor and A flat major? Of course, that works together. A lot of the same notes are shared. Add this note. And so just explore with all of those possibilities, just so, whether it's a chord, whether it's some type of riff, right? Just explore, 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 explore. So now you have 5 additional techniques you can work on to improve as a beginner pianist. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.